There's a strange thing to bear in mind when you're doing the dummy, and that's the fact that sometimes when you're turning, you're actually squaring up to the dummy, and when you square, you sometimes represent the turn. That's a bit of an odd thing. For instance, in section 3, when I stand square onto the dummy and I'm doing the packs either side, well, you could say this is a bit silly, because if I think of these as the attacking arms, because really you should think about the punch coming from the middle, but if I think of these as the attacking arms, well, that one's missed me, and that one's missed me. So, you know, what am I doing? If I just look at this one, that one's missed me anyway, and if I turn with it, then, you know, I've got that strike going right in front of me, 180 degrees. I never would have somebody punching this way and turn to that degree, so I'm doing the pack. That would be far too extreme. So what we need to look at is, it's almost like, if I stand on an angle, there's the dummy, the arm, the strike coming straight to me. If I turn with this pack, like so, my shoulders have actually squared up to the wall. So I'm turning away from the strike and squaring up to the wall. So really, by my being square to the wall, it represents that I would have turned. In the same way, sometimes when I turn with a pack, this can be representative of an inside pack, where I would remain square to the dummy and just do the pack across. So if we look at this, the inside of the dummies represents the outside of the strike. The outside of the dummy arms represents the inside of the strike. What we get here, there's different types of dummies. Some of them are level, in which case each arm is its own individual strike. If it's angled like this, often it represents the straight and the cross punch coming in, which means if I'm packing on the inside of these arms here, that actually, in truth, is the outside of your opponent's arm. So on the inside of these two arms, actually, is the outside of the actual attacking arm. So if that kind of makes sense. Which means also, when we see a finish and we square up, what we don't need to do is an extra turn, because from the angle to my squaring up to the wall, this is representative of how the cow sao and the palm may have been used with the turn in chi sao. And if there's any confusion on that, then do have a look at the WingChun.Online.net. Have a look at the closing sections, applications of each of the dummy pieces. So this is kind of a general interesting rule of thumb that you can take on board. The inside of the dummy arms represents the outside in reality. The outside of the dummy arms represents the inside in reality. If I stand square, flush to the wall, this can represent that I have turned. If I'm angled to the wall but straight to the dummy, this can represent that I'm standing square on for that strike. Hopefully that makes sense. Have a little bit of fun with it.